Welcome to this EUR exclusive. I'm Steffanie Rivers. You're watching a Ready to Love exit interview segment. Now, this is where you get the tea from cast members about possible drama behind the scenes. We are multicasting on several platforms, so you could be watching on Facebook or Twitter or YouTube. And social media commentators are saying, have said that Blue made it this far on Ready to Love season 7 because he did just enough for female cast members to see him as a likable guy. But in the end, those same ladies decided that Blue didn't make a romantic impression upon them. So they told him that he was not ready to love and he was sent home. So he's straight off of his dismissal, and he's here to talk about it. Thanks for joining us, Blue. How are you?
I'm good. How are you today?
All is well. Thanks for being here. Now, before we get into the show, inquiring minds want to know a little bit about you. Now, were you born and raised in Miami? Where are you from?
I was born in Jamaica. I was raised in Miami, yes.
Okay, so born and raised, were born in Jamaica and raised in Miami. And is Blue your given name or is that a nickname?
That's a nickname. My name.
It's a nickname, so you choose to
Yeah.
not let people know your born name, the name you were given, or do you mind telling us, sharing that, or you don't want to share that?
A little story behind it. When I was born, I had like a white film over my eyes. So, and when it started taking color after, they were like a lighter blue. And in Jamaica, they call kids with light eyes, they call them cat-eye boys. And then eventually my mom started saying, well, my eyes were bluish green. And from there, it just kept on going. I've been called Blue since I was little, all the way up till now. They call me Blue. They don't call me my real name.
Okay, so then that is your real eye color, because that was going to be my next question. Are you wearing contacts? Because some of us, we enhance our looks with colored contacts and lashes and all this other stuff. So that's your real eye color, and they are beautiful. So with eyes so beautiful and so engaging, what brought you to be a cast member on Ready to Love? What kind of issues or things were you experiencing in your dating life that made you say, you know what, I want to go to Ready to Love and see what I can come up with?
In my industry, I always did events and parties and work in nightlife. So most of the ladies actually coming out to party, club-wise. So I decided to take on this new venture of the Ready to I could find love in a different chapter of my life. So that's why I took on the opportunity. But not every female that comes out to a club or a party, it's who you want to, get one-on-one.
So then lead me into my next question. So you're 40 years old and you are a lounge club owner. Now, is that a strip club? Is that a cigar club? What kind of club is this, Blue?
It's a hookah lounge.
A hookah lounge. Okay. So that's kind of like when people sit around and do cigars and smoke out of that pipe.
Right. So the difference is we don't do cigars because we have a kitchen in the back. So you come in, you smoke a hookah through. It's kind of with shisha, and then you have the coals on top, black, so you have small, little small. I'm sorry, you have small full liquor, watching game, or even dance with a live DJ also.
So do you smoke cigars at all? And I'm asking because, so no, not at all. Okay, because I was going to ask you what your preference is, because I just did a trip to of the Dominican Republic, and they have their special Dominican cigars, and then there's the Cuban cigars, and there's Nicaraguan cigars. But anyway, I'll skip over that. So is that a thing now where?
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Cigar lounges are different than the hookah lounge. The difference is cigar lounge is cigars, and it has a different attraction for an audience. But when it comes down, it's more of a younger kind of thing, and it does tons of different flavors. Also, the hookah itself depends on the size and all that stuff. It looks different. So you remember with cigars, you only take the cigar just to taste it. You're not really inhaling. With the hookah, you are inhaling. It's like vape.
Like vaping. Okay. Now, I tried to look you up on social media, and I didn't see an IG page. And again, you said Blue is not your given name, your government name. So maybe you have Instagram or something that you want to share, maybe just to promote your hookah lounge. So if we wanted to find you, how can we find you on Instagram?
Okay, so my Instagram is blue, BLU dash DAS. So that's my Instagram, and also that's my Twitter. So blue. So they put 2 U's, which is, it's not 2 U's. It's BLU.
BLU. Okay, so you mean OWN, because I only took this from OWN, so OWN had it wrong.
It's BLU.
So why would you go this far into the season, Blue, and not correct them? What's that about?
I've tried, and they didn't correct it, so I just had to go with it. It's okay.
All right. Well, I'm about to correct it right now. I'm gonna do right by you. So hold on.
You find my handle, my Instagram handle, blue dash.
Okay, hold on. Let me go down here. I'm gonna put it in the chat. So if you want to find Blue, it's Blue BLU dash.
Yes, TM, Tom, Mary. So blue dash TM.
And that's your name on Instagram.
Yes, it is.
Okay, I'm putting it in the chat. So if you want to find Blue season 7 cast member on Ready to Love, it's BLU-TM. That's his IG handle. So let's jump into these questions, because now the ladies on the cast said that you went wide with the conversation. You had good culinary skills, you could talk, and you know what? I enjoyed listening to you talk about being adventurous and hiking and fishing, although I've never been fishing, but I hear, it could be nice. But anyway, the lady said you went wide on a good conversation, but you didn't go deep with creating a romantic connection. Do you agree or disagree with that? Was that on purpose?
It depends on which lady you're talking about, but I disagree, because conversations besides just our dates.
Okay, you know what? You're doing to them me like you did to them. I'm like, what? Wait, you just say a sentence and then that's the end of it. You're supposed to like tell me what's up, Blue. Okay, so I didn't even hear what you said.
It depends on the lady. Like I said, we had multiple conversations. Just because we go on a date, I have to ask the same questions again. I've learned about you. Let's get closer while we're on our date together. Because all the time it's not going to ask you the same question. What do you want to do? Most of these questions are already, because we're texting each other. During our process, we're allowed to who you're connecting with and speak to them on the phone. So I didn't know a lot about the ladies I had my connection. The romantic part of it, I kept on saying a lot of times, like, actions speak louder than words. I were telling you what to do. I just did it. I'll come on our date, I'll bring, and those are my actions. Everybody's body language is different. I'm not really a big talker like that.
Okay, and I guess I that's probably learned as well because most guys are not that, they don't carry a extended conversation because they know the ladies will, or we're the talkers, we'll pick it up and take it and stuff like that. But I guess in that setting, they just wanted more from you. On some of the dates you showed that you did have those culinary skills. So that's important. A man who knows how to cook, so he's not expecting for the lady to always do that. And again, you were adventurous. So it seems like you would be fun to hang out with, but none of the ladies felt that romantic vibe. Have you heard that before from ladies you've dated in the past before the show, or was that brand new to you?
That was brand new to me because I mean, ladies I dated before, they used to come up spontaneous. You can call me right now and say, "Hey, let's go um, let's go to this restaurant. Let's go check out this outdoor location." I'm ready to go. Like I'm always outside to have fun. And the ladies at the time during our process, we cannot see them. We can only see them when we're on dates together. So it's not a date I would put together. So if it was something I wanted to do, or the lady I'm trying to date, I would ask her what she wanted to do fun, and I'm there with something she likes and something I like, and I'll make that an adventurous date. That we sit down, all the time, dates that we went on. That was not something I would definitely adjust my time. Like you said, I like fishing. I like certain things. Like some of the ladies go on the beach and relax. I would take her to the beach, put out a towel, women out some candles on or whatever, but we'll have fun together because at least it's something. It's outdoors, it's adventurous. So these dates we were on was our producers put us on a date, but what else are we gonna do after this? Where are we going? Like I don't want the date to stop. I want to go while I'm doing my process.
Yeah, so how did you feel about, because I've talked to a few of the cast members before, ones when they get eliminated, they come talk to us. A few of them didn't want to. No, that's okay. But so a few of them made it a point to talk about with our viewers the issues with production, in that they kind of scheduled things, or they made things happen, and they kind of like did more directing of the issue than the cast members felt like needed to be directed. When if you're trying to find love, you want it to be organic, even though this is a TV production and you want ratings, and still at the end of the day you claim you're trying to make us build a connection with someone. Did you feel like the scenes you were in, or the show itself is overproduced? Did you feel that way at all?
Not really. They were, in my eyes, they were doing what the producers supposed to do, right? To get the better half of what they give us. Because out of my experience, I've asked for a location, and some locations were not available at the time. So I didn't have that kind of experience. Did they put me on dates that with certain people that I didn't want to be with? Yes. Supposed to date everybody, but sometimes I was with the same person. I'm like, well, why am I still sitting here? Like anybody else is going to date with. And some of the mixers, I didn't get to build that kind of conversation to anybody else I wanted dated afterwards. And I could use her for like 5 minutes and move me to somebody else. So some of the stuff in the producer's eyes is more for eye candy pictures because they look good together, but maybe they'll match to see who will gravitate to who.
So then, Who are some of the ladies that they were trying to put you with that you didn't necessarily like?
There's so I had I didn't already say I didn't like. There was nothing moving forward. So we use that properly. You meet somebody and you're like, no, that's not for me. It doesn't mean I don't like the person, but there was nothing there. I had
Right.
2 days and I'm like, there's nothing still sitting with this person. No disrespect to the lady, but it's like, I'm no. Give me somebody who want to see the reactions, and some of my dates were not actually shown. Like there's a lot more dates that went on or kept behind because maybe it's not good enough footage for them, but there's a few others I was like, you could have played the conversation if it was organic and genuine between both of us. So there's a couple things that were missing. Some of it was on YouTube, and I'm catching the uncut versions of myself and the other dates.
So we can go to YouTube and see some of those dates that were fails, dating fails, or something like that. Okay. So now I do remember that you were on. Now, is it okay? I'm gonna just say because I've been accused of like not keeping up with people's names because there's so many names. But at any rate, so you were on a date with Jonique, and she came to your house. Some people think that was our Airbnb, but that's a whole nother question, a whole nother issue. No, that was your house. Okay, so essentially they said, she was, y'all were vibing, you fixed the salmon and everything, and then your kitty cat came down the steps and she was all thrown off because she is not a cat person. So my question is, if you have to choose between the woman in your life and your cat, which would you choose?
It'll be definitely the woman in my life. I would not just like that. I have to make adjustments. I would just end up sending my animals to my sister's house, like to date my cat. So I definitely would pick my woman at a time, and I always go to my sister's house or my mom's house to see my animal. But I'm not gonna take away love over. I love my animal too, but it's not going far.
So you just told us that you have a mom and a sister. So would they have to approve of the person in your life before y'all would move forward? Because women have intuition on other women that men don't necessarily pick up on. So how would that work?
They don't have to approve on anybody, but I would take my mom's her because she knows me well, but they don't have to approve. They trust me enough because I'm not going to pick any female. So she was like, if I bring her, then she can be like, all right, she passed multiple tests, but also get to the house. I take them out together. That's how you feel them out more. So before you bring them to meet me somewhere, once you meet somebody, and then you see how the lady interacts and what she does for your mom at the time home right away. But we have to be dating for a little while before I introduce them to mom.
Okay. Do you have any kids?
Yes, I have one. He's 6 years old.
6-year-old daughter?
Boy.
A boy. 6-year-old son.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's February 14th. He's a Valentine's Day baby.
Oh, he was a Valentine's Day baby. Okay.
One gift. Whoever his wife's gonna be, she's gonna give you one gift at a time.
So you went on a date with you and before I mess up the name. So you went on a date with this young lady, and I can't remember her name, and I apologize. So many names. I should have written it down. Marcia. Okay. And so Marcia, you were talking about how you like to go out and hunt and hike or do something in the cabin in the woods in the cabin. And she was like, oh, I don't like going outside. I don't like to sweat. I don't like to, do all these things. But when in your confessional, you were like, oh, I like her. So I'm like, well, that's not even going to work from the beginning because either he's going to be unhappy because he's not doing what he likes, or she's going to be unhappy because she's having to do something she doesn't like to do. So why did you say you liked her and she clearly didn't like to do stuff you like to do? That just seemed like a destined to fail relationship.
There's a part of that they edited out where Marcia said she will be adventurous. If you look at it adjusted and say, okay, if you don't want to go hiking, what would you like to do? I'm that type of dude where I'll adjust, but if she said the couple texts we had, she said she'll try something, but she didn't like it and try. The hiking and going to spontaneous is something we live in this beautiful earth eyes. Like, let's go out, let's see nature, like let's do different things, go to different countries. You know, she might want to go to the city, and then when I want to go hiking, I go on my own with my, with my friends or something like that. But it's not everything. So there's a point where she did say, okay, you know what, I will adjust. I just don't want to be out in the woods with no cell phone and stuff like that. Okay, you could. There's other places that you can go out still civilized, which she adjusts a little bit, but you also look at my interview. I also said, because what she said, she completely cut. I mean, she completely just was focused on herself. But when we sat back and talked again via text wise off the screen, you can see myself doing certain things. You know, I don't expect to, if I go out, I'm not taking the fish off. I'm not baiting. I'm not doing anything. I'm like, okay, cool. But I want to see different cities like New York, Dubai, certain places like that. Okay, that's a you know, you're doing something different. But there's other things. There's other conversations we had that they didn't play. So I can admit that.
And that speaks to what most of the cast members say, in that, you know, we produce this show, takes 12 or 15 hours a day, but they only show an hour's worth for divided by all the cast members.
Yeah.
And so you're not getting the full conversation of what we talk about. And then you mentioned off-camera conversations as well. So thanks for clearing that up, because I'm like, oh, that's going to be, you know, epic fail. But if she was like retrospective and said, you know what, I might be a little bit and I need to back up and be better. Okay.
she definitely did. About 12 to 15 hours you know, per filming, and we're filming 6 days a week. So I was there, so I'm like, that's not what it came off to be, but she did. I'll try things. I never got asked that before, so she's like, you know what, I'll do it. But they didn't play that. Where a lot of people are laying like blue friends on her right away. No, there's more to it, but they only showed you, the producers want you guys to see.
Now we have somebody in the chat saying that some of the cast members were doing or will do anything to be on TV, and that they're looking for something other than love, because that's what entertainment is. Entertainment first. I don't know if they're talking about the producers. That's TSP cocktail. I don't know if that's producers are talking about or the cast members. But then that leads me to my next question, and that's about one of the cast members, Blake. It seems that none of the ladies really liked Blake except for, and I see you smiling already, except for Sue-Ann. So my question is, if none of the cast members really like Blake except for Sue-Ann, and they said because they said he's abrasive, condescending, he has 3 kids by 2 different women, so he clearly, you know, he had time to love somebody, but you know, now he's on looking for somebody else. But you and some of the other dudes, y'all seem to be pretty good people, you know, basically carry conversation, were nice and good to be around. What's your take on the drama surrounding behind the scenes with Blake? Why is he able to stay on the show if nobody like him but Sue-Ann?
That's what I ask producers. I just can't. I believe that you guys are, you know, see on your own. and you guys are reading into things, and I will say connection with Suan, and at that point in time, if your connection is Suan and you guys are together, don't know because I don't get involved with their conversation. But he was, everyone understand. You know, I guess there's something, but yeah, Blake was there for a little while. I mean, he's there, and it's just possible.
So is all this stuff going to come out in the reunion show? Are you getting scheduled to tape it, or are y'all about to tape it? What can you tell me about the reunion show?
The reunion. So you're looking at, it's all that stuff will be revealed already.
It'll be revealed then.
Yes.
Okay. So are you dating now,
Yes,
Blue?
I am. Yes, I am.
Okay. Is this somebody from the show?
You guys gotta watch.
Oh, I just had to watch. Oh, because you might have made it to the end. Oh no, I'm sorry you didn't. But sorry, I didn't mean. So you did. So that doesn't mean, because there were a lot of people who they just had the 100th episode celebration of Ready to Love, and it showed that even though you might not have hooked up with someone or walked away hand in hand with someone, that you still can find love. There are people on different seasons. Okay, we got some comments, Katie comments, but I'll just read it just so I can be authentic. But it's saying,
Okay.
Blake, not Blue. Okay, good. I was about to say, oh, they coming for you, Blue, but it's Blake. Blake likes looking at himself. Somebody behind the scenes thinks he's worth keeping. Okay, he should be gone. He should have been gone a while ago. And you know what? I mean, based on just what people are saying, I think he should have been gone a long time ago too. But it's like we're on the outside looking in, and I don't, it's crazy. But thanks for those comments, Cocktail. So Blue, is there
I said that too. I said you guys will see on your own, and some of the ladies that are interviews and some of the episodes, like, hey, why is he still here? And even though it's whole other images, like even with myself, there's a couple other pictures they haven't posted and all that stuff. Things going on YouTube, but there's other clips, stuff like that. That hopefully they'll release it. But yeah, I don't understand certain things, but I'm not low as you see.
So when you are dating someone and you like them, do you take them to Jamaica, or do y'all just hang out in Miami?
It all depends. I'm not right away gonna take them to another way, but we can travel in Florida. There's a lot of things to do in Florida. We can go to Orlando, we can go to Jacksonville, and then it depends on the lady too, because some of these ladies don't like to fly, or they don't have a passport. But I'll definitely, you see, you shake your head too. Like, some of them don't even have passports. Why? But I would definitely take them to Jamaica or Bahamas, or we can go to Mexico, stuff like that. So it all depends on the lady. Depends on how adventurous they are. Because sometimes you take someone to another, and that's a waste of a trip.
Well, that's one of my deal breakers is, and I guess that's why I should ask you, what's your deal breaker? But before you tell me yours, mine is not having a passport, because I likes to go. Okay. And so, I just think that's like having a driver's license. You don't want to not have a driver's license and sit at the house. You don't want to not have a passport and just sit at the house. So what's your deal breaker? If you met a woman and she looks good, but what would this be?
It all depends on the lady, but some of my deal breakers would be, if they have a passport, I can work around. We always can get one, but at least she's, smart, have a conversation all day long, stuff like that. she has goals, drives, ambitions. Like if you don't have none of that, then there's no reason why actually we should talk. I'm already retraining you or taught you about things. You should already have all the ambition and goals. You made it this far, so let's make our life better and grow in that way.
Well, on that note, Blue, we want to thank you for taking the time out, and I want you to know that Laverne in Nashville says Blue sings very sincere, and and I think so too. But you know, you like you said, we don't see everything that a person has to offer. And so that's another reason why we at least like to invite you guys back on here to just talk to us about your experience. So we're really going to keep watching. And if I am in Miami and I want to come to a hookah lounge, what's the name of your hookah lounge?
Well, the new ones are going to be hopefully it'll be in Sunrise and Federal area. So Fort Lauderdale, it's hookah lounge.
Okay, so you said the next one is going to be Federal?
Yeah, so it's downtown Fort Lauderdale, so it's on Federal Highway and Sunrise Boulevard. It's called, we're actually building it out as we speak, so it's called Crates Hookah Lounge.
And we can find out more at BLU-TM on Instagram.
Yes, so once we an accurate date of the grand opening, I'll start posting a lot more. I will share the Instagram and everywhere. We're actually in the middle of getting the permits and construction now, so we're going a little bit bigger and adjusting.
Okay, I just realized that I hadn't even changed it. I was trying to change up some stuff with your Blue with 2 U's that was wrong, and I missed out. But I apologize. We'll make sure we get it right. So thank you so much, Blue, and we will keep in touch. We'll be looking for you and what you have to bring to the the reunion. And we got Laverne talking about a passport expresses in 7 days. So even if you find somebody, whether it's you, Blue, or me, Steffanie, or anybody, and you require a passport, they can do that in 7 days. And
Actually,
it might be
now you get your passport in 24 hours.
So you can get it in 24 hours now, but it's going to cost you more, of course.
It costs a little more, but you have to show that you have your itinerary to fly out within 3 days. The flight.
Okay, yeah.
In 24 hours, you go down to the passport agency, they'll bring your pictures, and you pay a little back within 24 hours.
Okay, so that's still so I might have been Xing people out for no reason. I could have been hooked up with somebody.
Been flying.
We could have been walking on the beach right now. Okay. All right, Blue. So thank you, and we'll keep up with you. You have a good one. I'm gonna go follow you on Instagram, Steffanie, TCB Steph. So accept my followership, okay?
Listen to me, and I'll follow you back. And thank you for your time and
all right,
everything else. Thank you to all that people.
Have a good one. So we were just talking to Blue. He was a cast member on season 7 of Ready to Love. Now we had a few people commenting, and one of the people said that the Miami cast for both of the all the cycles of Ready to Love was not that good, and that they need to move on to a different city. And so that's another something I wanted to bring up to you guys is that the next season 8 of Ready to Love, is going to be in Dallas, Fort Worth. Get excited because that's my city of residence, and EURweb and we're going to be the official media promotional partners for season 8 of Ready to Love. And so we want you to look forward. We're going to be talking to cast members even as they are producing the show. We're going to be doing like that sidebar, following them through. And so look forward to that, and you'll be seeing us out, people working on the scenes. We're going to be having some events like Meet the Cast events. So if you're anywhere in the vicinity of Dallas Fort Worth, be looking for what we plan to do with season 8 of Ready to Love in the DF dub. So to find out more about the things that we care about, you can go to the website at EURweb.com.